Using data recovered from the SUV, investigators determined that the driver, Jeremiah Johnson, was traveling 118 miles per hour just 5 seconds before the crash with the accelerator pressed almost fully to the floor. About 3.5 seconds before impact, the accelerator was released, and the SUV's data shows that the brakes were applied hard until the collision occurred, indicating Jeremiah's brakes were indeed working.
It says brakes failed in a 118 mile an hour crash.
So you're saying your brakes failed?
Yes.
There's no way. How many people think this is real? You think he's telling the truth? 118 mile an hour. He should have called the police. That's what he should have done. He should have called 911 and said, hey, my brakes don't work. Ooh. Oh, yep, he just 1050. Oh my word, bro. Is this dude alive?
I'll be honest, I got scared and panicked. Once I seen the lights, I went to push on the brake and it literally just went all the way down. So I just panicked. I've always been taught if my brakes fail in that situation, just try to get off the interstate as soon as possible to avoid hitting other cars.
So you're saying your brakes failed?
Yes, my woman even told me to be careful because her brakes were bad and that she needed to replace them her next paycheck.
And you tried to hit the brakes after the deputy turned on his lights?
Yes.
How much did you have to drink today?
2 beers, and that was throughout the whole day since 9 o'clock this morning. And that was just me sipping on them throughout the day.
You think marijuana would be in your system currently?
It will be.
When the brakes didn't work, you actually went above the 87 then.
I started going faster so that way I could try to get off the interstate as soon as I could.
I just want you to know you're under arrest.
What?
For the homicide by intoxicated use of motor vehicle.
Are you an idiot? Yeah, accelerating is not braking.
I was a dumbass today, had some beers while driving, hit my pen. I have to deal with the consequences of that.
I can tell you that one person died out at the scene and another person's in critical condition here right now.
I got nothing but respect for you.
At least he takes responsibility.
23 years.
My word.
I want to be like him.
There's different agency and stuff. They're going to do like the download of your vehicle and verify, like you said, the brakes weren't working. They'll be able to kind of see all that stuff and they'll...
Because I pushed the brake, it just gave me no response.
Yeah, you know, that's stuff that...
I didn't push it hard enough. She said she's had it happen a couple of times.
The front passenger, Jaden, who was determined to not be wearing a seatbelt at the time of the crash, was pronounced deceased at the scene at 5:28 p.m. During rollover crashes, when occupants are unbelted, they are frequently ejected out the side of the vehicle, resulting in the vehicle rolling over them. 2 other passengers were also injured. One of them, Wyatt, suffered life-altering injuries in the crash, while the other, Dawson, was airlifted to the hospital and released later that night. As a result, the driver, Jeremiah, was charged with homicide by intoxicated use of a motor vehicle, 2 counts of operating while intoxicated causing injury, reckless driving causing great bodily harm, several counts of recklessly endangering safety, fleeing an officer, negligent operation of a motor vehicle, an additional driving-related offense. After almost a year of court motions and delays, Jeremiah Johnson struck a plea agreement with prosecutors, pleading guilty to multiple charges related to the crash, and was sentenced to 5 years in prison.
That's it?
Tearful statement, the victim's father asked to hug the defendant, which the judge allowed. Official court records indicate it was an especially emotional moment for both the suspect and the victim's family.
Damn, bro. You got off easy.